Thank you. Over to you, Dr. Kritika.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us in today's session where I will talk about increased hunger and food cravings related to diabetes and ways to manage it. So, before I move forward, allow me to introduce myself once again for those who are new here. So, I'm Dr. Kritika Pandey. I'm an Ayurvedic physician and a clinical researcher. I have launched my Ayurvedic practice as Reconcile with Nature, where I work with people towards their health goal, blending the principles of Ayurveda with the current scientific evidence and research. So, today I have come here to simplify why your hunger and craving towards sweet items increases after getting diagnosed with diabetes. This session is a continuation of our previous session, that is a food emotion link in diabetes. So it would be good if I can give you a quick review on my talk last week. So in previous session, I told you that what happens in diabetes is a chemical named insulin is either unable to function properly or available in less amount. I also told you that it is this insulin that helps your body get the energy from the food you eat. I then shared my thoughts on gut brain axis, which signifies that whatever is happening in your gut will affect your brain, and whatever is happening in your brain will affect your gut. Therefore, it is crucial to pay attention to your emotions and mental health along with your body's metabolism and physical health. Lastly, I shared how, through a balanced and wholesome lifestyle and dietary habits, both the gut and brain can be at its best form. During the last session, increased hunger or sugar craving was a topic which was most talked about. So I'm here to address these issues today. Now, before I move forward, I request you to participate in this session as you have been doing previously. As you know, participation is crucial to use this session to its full potential. So now I would like to know about your experiences. So kindly unmute yourself or comment in the chat box how your relationship with food changed after getting diagnosed with diabetes. Would you like me to repeat my question?
I think it's okay. I think you did it twice. So yeah, I'll start.
Yeah.
I have not exactly reached that level that I have to take medication, but I was like up to the borderline level. And
Yeah.
then also it does change because doctor in this country that always says eat, don't eat this and that. So I have to stop eating loads and loads of things. And then I don't know what I can eat. And then whatever is there, when if nobody's seeing me or looking at me, I'll eat that a little bit, maybe
Yeah.
a bit more, maybe. So it's just a craving. It started more and more and more. That's how I feel.
Yeah.
I don't know about the others. If anybody wants to just say anything. If you can't say it in English, you can say it in Gujarati or Hindi. I will translate it. I think Dr. Neha will do it in Hindi and Kritika also. Are you Hindi
Yeah,
speaker?
I can understand Hindi. Yeah.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah.
So yeah. So any other language, whatever you feel comfortable, just ask, please.
If you want me to repeat the question, I can do that again.
Yeah.
How have the relationship with food changed after getting diagnosed with diabetes? Your relationship with food, how has it changed after getting diagnosed with diabetes?
Hmm. I think nobody wants to say anything right now. Maybe in the end.
Yeah, we can do that for sure.
Change the subject.
So, in my practice, what I have seen in diabetic patient is that one statement is very common. And the statement is, I never used to get these random cravings before I got diagnosed with diabetes. However, after being diagnosed, I feel more hungry and I crave more. Is anybody speaking?
I think somebody just keep the video on and it's noise on the back.
It's fine. So after what I was saying, however, after being diagnosed, people feel that they feel more hungry and they crave more sweets. So if you take a look at the statement, you will understand what is happening. So what has changed? Obviously, diabetes happened. So now another question that you might be asking yourself, that is it my body that is craving these food items, or is it just in my head? While I briefly answered these questions in a previous session, I would like to know from you. I'm repeating my question. What do you think? Are these cravings related to your body, or are these just in your head? Kindly unmute yourself or comment in the chat box. You can even just type body or head. I'll understand what you're trying to say. Just interact.
Vipin bhai in the head.
Good evening. I'm sorry to be late. I'm driving in Portugal. I've joined you. It's definitely in my head.
Yes, yes. I was going to say the same things, because it's in the head. Once you know it is in the head, you can control, but if it's from the body, you can't control. That's what I believe it. Then again, I don't know much.
Okay, I've got a few comments. It's in your mind and then head. Anybody else?
No.
Mind or body, whatever you think, just type one word, mind or head.
Yeah.
Mind or body, sorry.
I have just said it's on the head. It's in your mind.
Yeah. Question just.
So do you want me to repeat the question?
Yes,
so
yes.
the cravings you get, do you think are they related to your body, or are they just in your head?
Can I just refine my answer? It is in my head, but my head is part of my body. So what I'm saying is, it's not in the digestive system. It's in my brain. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay.
Is that how we set up the mind?
Yeah, I think the signal is coming from somewhere, but it's definitely processed in my brain, in my mind.
Okay, then now I'll simplify it. The answer is, it is both. Both the changes in your body and the mind is playing the role and their part in these cravings. So let us first address what is happening in your body. So getting diagnosed with diabetes means your insulin is unable to do its work efficiently. This means that the food you eat, your body is unable to consume energy from it. So as I told you in my previous session, that the food you are eating has been converted into sugar, that is glucose, but it is not being used by your body to get the energy. The sugar is just sitting in your bloodstream. Therefore, your body is craving for more sweet and high carbohydrate items to match its requirement. So now that you know that there are certain changes in your body due to which your body is demanding for more sweets or high carbohydrate food, my question is to you again. Do you think eating sweets or food you are craving at this moment will be beneficial for you? Let's say you have a craving and you eat it. Will that be enough?
No. It won't be enough. Yeah. You need more. Once you eat a little bit, you need more.
Yeah.
I'd like to give you a slightly longer answer. Sometimes I feel the need for a piece of chocolate or something, and I have a craving for it. When then I eat it, then I feel good, and that's enough for me.
I will talk about it later as well. So
there's some things that are very addictive, and I think maybe salt is doing it. So for example, crisps or something, or even chocolates, you have one and it was such a nice feeling, you want another one.
Yeah.
And so I do get trapped in that sometimes.
Yeah. So again, the answer is simple, which is no. What is happening? There is an imbalance in your body. Your body is unable to efficiently metabolize the food you eat. So if you eat more, it will be an overload to your body's compromised metabolism. Furthermore, you'll be burdened with a feeling of guilt and not much satisfaction in terms of cravings. So some of you can argue that, okay, you feel good after eating what you are craving for. However, it is highly likely that you feel good because you told yourself that you feel good if you eat it. So you here are in charge of your body and the feelings associated. If you can convince yourself that an unwholesome item will make you feel better, you can for sure tell yourself that this is not true. Now let us come to another scenario on how your mind might be playing some role in this craving. So there are many potential ways to explain that. One of the most common is a restrictive mindset. So my question again is to you, has a sudden attempt to restrict yourself from your favorite food worked for you? All of the sudden, if you decide to restrict yourself from your favorite food, has it worked for you?
Sometimes, yes. Not all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially when I'm on my own, if it's there and I restrict myself for half a day, and then no, it's there. I'm on my own. I can eat it. I'll do that.
Yes.
I don't know
and
about the others. That's how I feel.
it's the same with me, but I want to make sure that my wife can't catch me eating it.
Nice one.
And but I have to say, I'm abroad on a business trip, and I haven't had a chocolate yet, and that's because I haven't been to the supermarket to buy them yet. And then I can easily manage it. If I don't have it in front of me and I can't eat it, then I will easily tolerate it. But if it's there, then it's very difficult. It's the willpower thing, I think. And because, as the lady just said, you can eat it and nobody will see you, then I can get away with it.
Anybody else?
Go on, say it. Any question is no silly. Just say your silly question if it's silly.
Can I just say something?
Yeah.
Once you start you eat it, then after 5 minutes I regret it, thinking why did I eat it?
Yeah.
Sorry. Hello.
Yeah, have no comment.
Put her on mute.
Okay, so while it can work for some people, it cannot work for everyone. It is often more difficult for people with higher blood sugar level in comparison to those who have their blood sugar level controlled. This is because there's a direct relationship between increased blood sugar level and increased sensation of hunger and craving. So for those with higher blood sugar levels, so you all must have often seen that you tell yourself that from today, I'm not going to eat anything sweet. So you start taking the big step all of the sudden instead of taking it gradually. So you stop buying anything that is sweet. So that if it is, so you think that is just out of your sight. And you start thinking that maybe if it is out of my sight, it is also out of my mind. However, this is not the case with these tempting food items. What happens is, just a second, is anybody else speaking? Okay, we'll continue. So what happens is, all of the sudden, you get your hands on these sweets, and now you cannot stop yourself and end up overeating. So do you understand what is happening here? Your mind has put you in a restrictive mode, which does not feel good. You start feeling bad and victimized by these thoughts that diabetes has made my life so restrictive, hence miserable. And the only way I can feel good at the moment is to eat what I'm craving for. So by bringing this sudden restriction, you gave these unwholesome food items much more importance than they asked for. It is important that you understand that your mind is very powerful. So there are two ways. Either you let your mind tell you what to do, or you can take the charge and tell your mind what is beneficial for you. So what you should do instead? Instead, just tell yourself that from now on, instead of just telling yourself that from now on, I will not eat the sweet, tell yourself that at this moment, in the present moment, I will not eat this. So what are you doing here? You are taming your mind now. You are not worried about your past, that you did not eat it for so long. Nor are you worried about your future, that you might never eat it again. All you are doing is taking care of the present moment. That is, right now, I will not eat it. And you need not to worry about the past and the future, just the present moment. So to get rid of an unwholesome habit, it gets easier if you replace it with a wholesome habit. And take my word, this does not have to be changed overnight. Because remember, your health journey is a marathon, not a sprint. Be wise to develop a habit which you can sustain, not following certain pattern for few days, then suddenly giving up on it since your approach was unsustainable. And please do not take me wrong. I'm not suggesting that it's okay to eat all the junk available. No, it is not. I'm simply advising you that you can gradually switch to something else. I will give you an example. Let's say you have a habit of eating a laddu or cake slice available in the market after every meal. So step one can be, what you can do is gradually replace it with a homemade sweet. That way, what happens that you have a full control over the quality and the quantity of ingredients. Then slowly replace it to naturally sweet items like dates. Then the next step can be not eating sweet items after every meal. And soon you will realize that you no longer need to eat sweet every time you eat food. Because while bringing these changes, what you are doing is bringing balance in your body, like balancing your blood sugar level. And therefore, the unnecessary items are no more needed because it is dependent on the unbalanced blood sugar level. So now, there's another aspect to understand these cravings, that it can be emotion driven. So my question is to you, how many of you tend to eat or feel random cravings when you feel sad, anxious, or stressed?
I do. When I'm sad, I eat anything and everything. Whatever is there, just eat. And it's like, feel like you're eating for a whole week rather than eating for one meal. Just continue eating.
Definitely, yes.
And my situation may be a bit worse than that, meaning when I finish a task and I feel, oh, that was good, I'm glad it's out of the way, I need a reward.
Yeah. Some people do that also. They link their emotion. I will talk about it again. Anybody else?
I think everybody's good.
Okay.
Rather than me and Vipin bhai.
I got response. Yeah. So this is another common issue. Here again, what you are doing is linking your feelings with the food. Again, we are telling ourselves that, oh, I feel stressed. Let me have an ice cream, then I can feel better. In some cases, it might work, while in some cases, a scoop of ice cream is not enough. You are for sure going to end up overeating. So while you have linked your emotion with these food items, the truth is contrary. The item we often eat at these moments will rather cause more harm than benefit. While there can be a possibility that few food items are high in carbohydrate and might make you feel better for a while, but sadly, that feeling won't last. I'm not saying all this to scare you. I'm telling you about this so that you can know what to do the next time. So the next time, when the next time you feel stressed, instead of a laddu or cake slice, go out for a walk, talk to your friend, or do some other activities which you enjoy. In short, what I'm trying to say is do something you enjoy to distract yourself from these cravings or false hunger. It is important to understand, are you really hungry, or is this urge to eat is driven by emotion? Is your stomach giving you the sign that you are hungry, that is the previous meal is well digested and now is the time to eat, or it is just a sudden urge to eat? Therefore, now we understand that to manage the hunger or craving, it is important to bring balance in your body's metabolism and balance in your emotion. In case of diabetes, as I said earlier, your stress can make your metabolism worse, and your compromised metabolism can make you stressed. Our goal here to fight these cravings is to achieve an optimal blood sugar level. This can be very well done by the choices you make daily. So before I move forward, can anybody please participate in the next question? I know the answers from few of you. However, it would be brilliant if all of you can participate in this one. So my question is, have you noticed any change in your craving once your blood sugar levels are not that high? Would someone like to share their experience? If you do not wish to speak up, simply write yes or no in the chat box. And if somebody likes to speak, kindly unmute yourself. Have you noticed any change in your cravings once your blood sugar levels are not that high?
Yes.
Yeah, less craving. Yeah.
Since my blood sugar level has gone down, I feel more happier and I feel that I am in control of myself. And that makes me feel happier, and I feel that I need to control more, although sometimes I do get naughty and eat.
So eating sometime is fine. It's all about the portion. Even if you're eating sometime, if you control the portion, if you're not in a restrictive mode, you're not harsh on yourself, then you won't eat, rather eat more. Just the control, the portion is very important.
Yes, I've learned to control the portions, and that makes me feel happy that now I am in control, and I feel myself and say, oh, no more, no more. You know, that's how I control myself.
Yeah. Anybody else? Okay.
Priyanka.
Somebody is saying something, I guess I can't see.
Yeah, somebody is talking, but I can't hear it.
Ushaben, Jai Shri Krishna again.
Jai Shri Krishna, yes, bolo.
ગુજરાતીમાં જ બોલીશ ખબર છે
બોલો વાંધો નહીં. I'll explain it to her if she needed to. Yeah, બોલો.
મને છે ને 20 વર્ષથી ડાયાબિટીસ છે 20 વર્ષથી 20 years.
Okay, he's got diabetes for 20 years. બોલો.
Yeah. હમણાં લાસ્ટ 13 સપ્ટેમ્બર થી બે દવા બંધ કરી, મેટફોર્મિન એન્ડ ગ્લેકીસાઇડ એ બંધ કરી. તો એનાથી સુગર લેવલ 3 સુધી પહોંચી ગયું. સુગર લેવલ ડાઉન થઈ ગયું એકદમ.
Okay, so he stopped 2 medication and the sugar level is going down, lower now. Okay.
Yeah.
Again, bolo. Agar bolo.
બસ એટલે મારે શું કરવું એમાં?
Oh, so what he can do next?
So obviously your sugar level is going down after taking medication. That's what you meant, right?
After stopping, two medication has been stopped.
Yeah.
And then sugar levels going lower.
Yeah, so it's going lower. Like, is it like, are you hypoglycemic? That's what I'm trying to know.
Lower means like a 3 rather than 5 or up.
Okay. So what can we attend to this at the end, because I do have certain things to say for that as well. So but we can, I'll write down the question.
છેલ્લે તમને જવાબ આપશે જીવનભાઈ.
Okay.
You continue, Dr. Kritika. બીજા કોઈને પણ ગુજરાતીમાં બોલવું હોય તો બોલી શકો છો. પ્લીઝ બોલો. Anything? Anybody? No. Okay. You continue.
Okay. So in the last session, I told you briefly that your diet and lifestyle are crucial for your body metabolism and emotional management, that is your overall health. So if you just depend on medication, if you only need medication when rectifying your diet and lifestyle is not enough, not the other way around. Once you work on your diet and lifestyle, and if that is not working, then you need medication. Not just you need to jump into taking medication and work nothing about your diet and lifestyle. So today, let us cover a few topics related to diet in more details. So I have another question. When I talk about diet in diabetes, what is the first thing that comes to your mind?
Eat less sugar. Eat less sugar.
Less sugar. More?
That's the first things. Then there is a big list.
Yeah.
What not to eat. There is no what to eat is less.
More veg. More veg. Anybody else?
Sometimes, but across Scotland, but sometimes wasn't necessarily accompanied by high temperatures.
Radio ચાલુ છે કે ટીવી ચાલુ છે? Yeah.
Okay. Less carbohydrate, less stress. Okay. So we know about less sugar, but the other thing that is very common, that is low carb diet. So can anybody explain what do they mean when we listen the term low carb diet? What do you understand by low carbohydrate diet?
So that means eat less chapati, bread, whatever is made from the flour, eat less. And the carb also in the rice and stuff like, so you have to cut down that.
So, okay, I'll explain it. So here's the thing about getting diagnosed with diabetes. So it does not say that the demand of carbohydrate has decreased. Your body still requires the carbohydrate that your body used to require before getting diagnosed with diabetes. It simply means that if you eat an item which is high in carbohydrate content, the sugar from carbohydrate will be generated quickly. Therefore, there is not enough time for your insulin to utilize the sufficient amount of sugar generated by your body. Therefore, your attention should be shifted to slow carbs instead of low carbs. Your diet should contain the carbohydrate, but the carbohydrate should be slow. So what are slow carbs? One that takes time to be digested and converted into sugar, thereby giving time to the insulin in your body to utilize energy from the food. Similar is the case with fat. We have to avoid oily food, fried food items. However, food items cooked in a little bit of ghee will enhance the nutrient availability of your food and even enhance your digestion. What I'm trying to say here is that it is not about the low nutrient choice, but it is about the right nutrient choice. As I said in my previous session, you still need a balanced diet that is wholesome to your body requirements. There is a possibility that you can be overweight, but you might be lacking essential nutrients. So eating all the junk, processed and fried food will lead to gaining weight, but will have no essential nutrients to offer. So you have to make the choice that will help you lose weight, but also will not deprive you of the nutrients. Some food items that can be included in various forms of preparations can be millet, especially barley, whole wheat, vegetable like snake gourd or parval, bitter gourd or karela, rib gourd, tori. In dal and pulses, you can opt for moong dal, masoor dal. You can also have raw honey. And obviously in rice, you have to opt for red rice. And again, the portion you choose need to be considered as well. Also, as I have said in a session on healthy eating habit, that while you eat, it is important that you are not distracted by anything else like watching TV. Now you must be wondering why? Because if you are distracted, you are not fully conscious of your food. Therefore, you're not concentrated on what you are eating and how you are feeling about your food. Therefore, you are likely to overeat. Listen, your appetite will not be the same all the time. The appetite changes with the change in season as your digestive capacity changes. For example, you can eat and digest more in winters in comparison to what you can eat or digest in summer. So much so, like even your appetite, just a second. Am I audible? I think there is some problem.
No. Yeah, we can hear you properly. It's fine.
It said poor connection. Okay, so much so that your digestive capacity is not same even on the same day. It is the best in the afternoon and it is at its lowest during the night. Hence, it is advised to have a heavier lunch and having a light dinner. Therefore, it is important to understand that the portion of your meal will vary from time to time. So never force yourself to eat extra if you do not have an appetite of it. If your digestive capacity is compromised to an extent that it needs attention, consult with your Ayurvedic physician to know the potential cause and heal it. Now let us have a look on some common practice in our daily life and what can be a better alternative. So let's start with fruits and juices. Can anybody share which one they prefer, fruits or juices? Do you prefer fruits or juices?
Fruits.
Juices.
So somebody was saying something. Bolo. Rajnikant Pai was saying something. Bolo.
Hello, it's Rajni Bhai. I think the fruit is the best choice than the juice.
Okay. At night, neither juice or fruits are advised that you have to have them at night because your digestive capacity is not at its best during night. So it's better to avoid both of them. Anybody else? So here's the thing about fruits and their juice. What is the difference between a fruit and its juice? So you have heard some people saying that juices are loaded with sugar. And then you might be thinking that you are not adding any extra sugar to it. So how did it get loaded with sugar? The answer is simple. The fruit has fiber content, which has been extracted in the juice. Hence, since the fiber content is higher, the fruit takes longer to get digested. Therefore, it takes longer to get converted into sugar. While in juice, in the lack of fiber, there is an instant rise in your blood sugar level. Therefore, it is suggested that you opt for fruit instead of its juice. Now let us come to vegetable smoothies versus cooked vegetables. So how many of you have...
Diabetes no talk, Diabetes no talk.
Somebody just talking to somebody else. You carry on.
Okay.
I'll mute them.
So my question is again to you. How many of you have tried green smoothies to reverse your diabetes?
Say it again.
How many of you have tried green smoothie or the vegetable smoothies to reverse your diabetes or work on your diabetes?
I have, and I'm continue doing it for last whole years. And it does help, 100% guarantee, it does help.
Yeah, got constipated, yeah. Anybody else? Okay, then I'll continue.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
I haven't taken juices, but I try and eat more greens like spinach and other green vegetables, lettuce and things like that to have more in my body.
Yeah, it's better if we cook it. It's warm. When it's warm, it's better, easier to digest. So even if you're opting for greens, it's better to cook them. So I will talk about it a bit more. So at first, we should understand that the terms like reversals are marketing strategies. And does it mean that you are going to be free from diabetes? Obviously, you know the answer. It's no. So what is it? So most of these plans are very strict. So much so that they can even deprive you of the essential nutrients from the good fats and the carbs that you get. So this reversal is very much possible with a wholesome, balanced diet. So now you might be wondering that these smoothies work for me. For a while, for sure, it can show some improvement as you are drastically eradicating the nourishment from your diet. However, after a while, you'll start noticing the problem it may cause. It can start with poor digestion, or stressed, or feeling confused, and later leading to weight loss, weakness, and fatigue, and many more symptoms. But how? So, when you cook a vegetable, you're making it easier to be broken down by your body as it turns soft. Furthermore, you add good fats like ghee and spices in it that will further make it easier to digest and balance the property in a vegetable. I would like to give you an example. Let's say you eat moringa or drumstick as a vegetable. So, when cooked, its sharp and penetrating nature is balanced by the addition of the rest of the ingredients. However, none of these procedures take place while you're preparing a smoothie. Lastly, these green veggies are often contaminated with various pathogens or chemicals, and washing them alone with water might not be enough. So they need to be cooked or boiled. Therefore, it is suggested to opt for a cooked warm vegetable or a meal instead of smoothie. Are you with me in this?
So what do you mean? How do you just warm vegetable?
Warm vegetable means cooking it, because as per Ayurveda, the best form of eating any kind of food is just cook it and eat it warm. If we eat raw food, raw salad in a lot of amount, it is very difficult for us to digest that. So it puts more pressure on our body. And when we cook, we also put spices that are and that is going to enhance our digestive capacity. And while making smoothie, we don't do anything like that. Just the breaking process within your body. Once it's cooked, it's get very easily. Your body is not burdened with the cooking process, like with the digestive process.
So therefore, if for example, if I do my green smoothie with like celery, cucumber, and kale, so I can cook all three of them and
then
then
you can do that.
make a smoothie.
Yeah.
Or like make a juice. Yeah.
Cook it, saute it, add a little bit of oil, the good oil, the ghee, or the olive oil. You can add a bit, or you can add a bit of the spices, the turmeric, and everything. You can add a bit of it, and then you can make a smoothie. Once it's in that way, then it's better.
Okay.
Anybody else? Anybody else has any question regarding smoothies?
No.
Okay. So the next
I have a question.
One,
I'm sorry. Just one question. I don't use vegetable smoothies at the moment. A few minutes ago, I thought maybe I should when I heard that it can really help to reverse the diabetes. It's a very convenient way of eating.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
It's just kind of you just drink it, right? And I'm into convenient food, right? So convenience food is in my opinion good because you just get it, eat it, and so on. But now I've understood that actually it's much better to eat the vegetables warm after they're being cooked.
Yeah. And also when you eat vegetables with chapatis and rice and everything, that is more balanced. What we want in every meal, the meal to be balanced. If we go for such alternatives, like obviously that is convenient, a smoothie is convenient, but we might lose some of the nourishing qualities that we're going to get from the rest of the food as well. So we do have to consider that as well. We have to consider that we still need a balanced diet. That is the thing.
And one last thing, I guess you might say that to ask our body to digest the fibers in these vegetables, to let the body do the digestion rather
Yeah.
than a
Yeah,
machine.
yeah.
Slice it into very small pieces.
No, but
you
your
actually-
body, when you're adding something like ghee and spices, what you're doing is your digestive capacity get enhanced when you are adding these spices and fats, good fats. They have the role of making it convenient. They are not doing the digestion. Your body is doing the digestion. What they are doing is they're telling your body to enhance your body's digestion. So it's working that way.
Okay, thank you.
Anybody else? Okay, so now I move to my favorite one. So how many of you opt for sugar-free items? Anybody else using sugar-free in their tea or sugar-free sweets, sugar-free laddu?
No, I don't. No.
Okay, I've got one myself. I've got
You are
Bipin.
on mute, Hansaben. Unmute yourself.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, I drink without sugar tea in the morning. I don't have diabetes or anything, but I started not to use sugar in tea. But it doesn't make any difference with sugar or without. So might as well not to drink it.
So like my question is using sugar-free product, the product that is marketed as sugar-free.
Oh, each and every item I don't notice at all.
Yeah.
But I think during the day, so many things we eat with sugar. So let's cut off from the tea, but it doesn't make any difference to me. I don't feel that I miss something.
Oh yeah.
So I can cut off and other things as well.
Dr. Kritika, do you mean sugar-free means like stevia or the
Yeah.
something else?
The
Something
sugar
like
free,
that.
you see the laddus even advertise as sugar free laddu, and then there is a brand sugar free which
Artificial. Yeah.
yeah.
I'll just make one comment. Sometimes I buy cans of vegetables and things like baked beans, and it says no added sugar. So I will.
Has more sugar in.
Yeah.
So here, sugar free products are available everywhere, and the way they are marketed, they are only taking advantage of people's emotion. So they know that it is not that easy for everybody to get rid of the sweet. So they offer sweet products that are sugar free. To me, it gives a sense of paradox. Like how, like have you wondered, like if it's sugar free, then what is making it sweet? In most of the cases, it is an artificial sweetener. The sad part about this artificial sweetener is that they are a lot sweeter than the regular sugar. Thereby, by consuming them, will rather increase your cravings for more sweet items. While they are marketed as low in calorie, they are proven to be very notorious and very addictive. These are the artificial sweeteners which we get from the sweets outside, even from the cookies and everything. So instead of helping with weight loss and diabetes, they rather increase the chance of type 2 diabetes and weight gain. They are further related to headaches, skin eruptions, depression, might negatively affect your liver and kidneys as well. So the most common artificial sweetener is aspartame. So whenever you see anything marketed as low or no sugar, please check the ingredient list for this item. I would further suggest opting for a naturally available sweet item instead of these sugar, like artificial sugar. And I think somebody has mentioned about stevia.
Yes.
Stevia is also not very healthy because it's very drying in nature. So I do not recommend stevia. Again, it's not nourishing, it's very drying. So any more questions related to this?
So you said stevia is no good at all.
No, it's not.
All the artificial sugars are like that, aren't they?
Yeah, all of them. They are more harmful than they can benefit.
Hmm.
Obviously,
rather
because what the major point is that they taste so sweet that they even increase your body's need to your body after consuming them require more sweet, because obviously it has to match that level of sweetness again, because you make your body habitual of that sweetness. So that is the worst part about them, that they are so sweet that you get the cravings again and again. So now allow me to summarize today's session. So today we understood both our body and our mind play their role to an increased hunger and craving sensation. The best way to manage these is by managing your blood sugar level. Your blood sugar level can be managed by your diet, your lifestyle, and medication. So today I covered how your diet can play a vital role. It is not about choosing a low nutrient diet. It is about choosing the right nutrient type. And that is opting for a slow carbs and fats instead of excluding the carbs and fats from your diet. So your digestive capacity also varies from time to time. So should be your meal portion. And it is wise to choose fruits over fruit juice, cooked vegetable instead of green smoothie, and be careful when you opt for a sugar-free item. You are cautious about what is in the ingredient list, because they can cause more harm than benefit. Now, I would like to hand it over to you to continue the discussion. You only have 10 minutes left. Yeah, jaggery, for jaggery. So there's a thing about sugar and jaggery. Jaggery is very good during the winters. So if you want to swap sugar with the jaggery, it's very much advised to do that during winters.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Can I ask a question? Okay,
Yeah.
this is related to what you just said about sugar-free foods that you can buy from supermarkets.
Yeah.
I must admit to you, I expected that if I purchased a tin of Heinz baked beans which says no added sugar, then I expected there to be less sugar in there compared to the normal tin. I did not expect that they would then replace that sweetness taste with artificial sugar. So I will check the can very carefully next time. But the next thing I want to say is I've only recently become encouraged to use an app, and this is an app, a mobile phone app, where you can type in the food item that you're interested to analyze, and then it's got over 5,000 entries in its database. And then once you type it in, it'll go and give you the information that you have selected. For example, what is the carbohydrate content? What is the sugar content? What is the calorific content? How much fiber is? You can select the particular aspects from the database that you want to extract, okay? And there's over 5,000 of them. The most recent version of this app, and it's from a company called Carbs and Cow. You may have heard of them, I'm not sure. But the latest version then has like Heinz baked beans and Sainsbury's this or Tesco this, or it's got labeled foods in it as well. It's not just the raw foods like bread and whatever. You can actually say, I want you to analyze a ploughman's sandwich that I purchased from Sainsbury, or a ploughman's sandwich that I'll purchase from Marks and Spencer. You can actually specify where you're purchasing these, and they're increasing the number of items in the database, I suppose, on a weekly, monthly basis. So then I must go back and check the so-called sugar-free ones, and then actually analyze that against the one that isn't sugar-free to understand what is really going on in there. And I hadn't realized that just because it says sugar-free or low in sugar or something, that suddenly they can add something else in it. So thank you for that explanation. I'm now gonna look out a lot more. Thank you.
Anybody else?
Yeah. Dheeraj Ben. Unmute yourself first. You are on mute.
Sorry, I wanted to ask you, what is the normal blood sugar level which a person should be on? Because some people say 6.5, some people say 7. So I get confused.
So it depends on where you're getting it checked. Like HA1BC, what you can do is like 6.5 is usually normal, but it's also differ from places to places. So they do send the referral range everywhere. When you get it checked, they do have the referral range. What is the normal one for them? Usually it's 6.5.
Okay, because I normally check at home.
Yeah.
And obviously then I know where I stand, whether it's 6.5 or whether it's 6.8 or sometimes 7.
Usually 6.5.
So, but when I get it checked through the doctor, they get it as different. I don't know how, but that's how it is.
So it has to be less than 6.5.
Okay. So 6.5 is the
Less than.
This is the normal. Thank you.
And if home can be between 5 to 8, 5, just a second, but it has to be less than 6.5.
Okay, thank you.
There was a question earlier from Jivan Bhai. He was asking about only 3 sugar levels. So what is the answer?
I have to question. Is it like, what is about HbA1c, or was it you just did you said that you used at home?
Oh, no.
With the home instrument,
So Dheeraj Ben, she's asking you.
I was talking about HbA1c, yes.
That is less than 6.5.
Lovely. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Okay.
Anybody else for more questions?
What is the best time to check the blood sugar level? Is it first thing before breakfast or
breakfast?
Or during the day?
Before breakfast is fine, because then you know what will be your blood sugar level before you eat something.
Okay, super. Thank you.
Yeah, and that's last question from the Jivan Bhai. Again, if you can answer that question, that he has got sugar level on 3 only, right?
Yeah.
Is it safe to have 3 or 2?
So usually what happens is like, just a second. So why is it happening? The blood sugar level, there can be many reasons that it is getting low. So obviously, when you stop the medicine, all of a sudden the blood sugar level is going down. This was the question, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So there can be many reasons to it, and the most important can be a compromised digestive system and the metabolism. So it's very important that you work with a doctor or someone who can help you and assist with you to the diet with your digestive capacity, so that you can get the nutrients from the diet. Because you might be eating everything right and you might be doing everything right, but you won't be able to digest or consume the source, the energy that you should get from your food. That is why the first thing to do for that is encourage yourself with more nutritious food and work on your digestive capacity.
So he is not eating any vegetable at all from last 3 years now.
No, you must.
He don't like it at all. And after eating vegetable, he started stomach problem, start running to the toilet.
So as I said, it's a digestive problem. It's very important that you work with someone and work on the digestion first.
Mm-hmm. What's a good thing to eat?
So there is a lot of things you need to work. Actually, at first, I need to know more things in details about him and how it. I can, if you want to contact me separately, I can give my details, because I need to know more history, and we have to work on the digestive system. Then we can work on that.
Okay, that's fine. Yes.
Whatever the person is eating, the person is unable to digest, then it's get very difficult. Okay. I'll just give my details.
Okay. Yeah.
Anybody else who ever wish to contact me or ask me any questions, you can just.
Is it all right? My daughter will ask the question. She knows about her dad.
Sure.
Yeah.
I have just one last very quick question.
Yeah.
Are there such things as automatic blood sugar level monitoring machines where it'll just where you can fit it on your body somewhere, and then after a meal it'll tell you what's happened as a
I think
result
some
of
are advertised. Some of them are advertised. I can check the brand and get back to you which one is more efficient, but that some of them are advertised.
Can I make a comment? This is not a question, it's a comment. I've really enjoyed today's session, and sorry to find me in a car. I'm driving in Portugal somewhere, okay? So I wanted to join in. But tomorrow morning, the Diabetes Community Club at the Wheelston Methodist Church will meet. 15 to 20 people will meet. It would be really nice to have a copy of this recording, if it's possible. Then in the morning, during the Diabetes Community Club, somebody will play it on a very large screen, and those people who couldn't be here, they can benefit from it by watching it tomorrow morning. That was just a side comment.
Okay.
Yeah,
We'll
sure.
ask Dr. Neha about it if she can manage to post it before tomorrow morning.
If you can. Only if
No,
you can.
I certainly can.
Otherwise,
do
we'll
that.
do it the week
I'll
after.
send you tonight.
Okay,
Oh.
thank you. You're very kind. Thank you.
Okay, it's 7 o'clock now. So for next week, we have a Diwali. So we won't be meeting next week. And then week after that, 1st of November, we meet again. Same time, same place. On your tablet, on your mobile, on your laptop, wherever you're coming from. So meet again on the same time, same place.
Thank you.
Happy
Vishal.
Diwali, everyone.
And
Thank-
happy Diwali to everyone as well. Thank you, Dr. Kritika, for
Thank you so much.
lovely session today. Really enjoyed it.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
yeah.